Hi, and welcome to this rather unplanned color and chat. I'm home alone for a few hours, so I can talk without any interruption or giggle attacks. So, yeah, I thought it was a good opportunity to grab the camera and color a bit, talk a bit. So, today I will be working in the Fairies and Friends special. It was an untouched magazine for a few months. I don't know, it's issue 38, but it was released, I think, a month or two, maybe 3 ago. I'm not sure. Is it saying? Maybe on the inside. No, I can't find. No, anyway, I didn't touch this one up until now. I've been quite good this month because I've been working in a lot of books that were uncolored or that only had some attention when I first got them and then stood on my shelves and were not forgotten but didn't yell at me, or I wasn't inspired to color in. But this month I have Forest Girl by Apol was one book. The first book of Klara Markova, Magical Delights, was also a book that I'm totally crazy about now. I always had a bit of a love-hate relationship with that one. I bought it because of my colleague at work wanted it so bad, and yeah, she was so enthusiastic about it that I was enabled to buy it also. But once I had it, it was not really. I couldn't see what to do with it, but now this month I already colored in 2 pictures, and I'm dying to buy book 2 and 3. But since I can't buy them at my Amazons where I usually shop, meaning Amazon France or Germany, I'm ordering it in the UK, but it's still not released. And I'm ordering book 3 for my colleague at the same moment, so we can lower our shipping costs. And she already has book 2, but I don't, because I didn't like the first one in the first place. But now, yeah, I'm really counting down the days that book 3 is released so that I can order book 2 immediately together with her latest one. So today, the Fairies and Friends special. I started this picture yesterday I started the background. I was not sick of painting my background and splatter it, but I wanted to try something else again. And so I grabbed a kind of, how do you call these things? I don't have it near me. I will grab my card besides me, and then I will show you what I've used for these bubbles. 1 minute. This is the perfect proof that it really was an unplanned video. And the thing I'm talking about is this one, something cheap that I've ordered on AliExpress. And you have a lot of different circles to use, and that's how I created those floating bubbles. I've colored some details in with Albrecht Dürer pencils, and did some extra shading afterwards with polychromos. So these darker parts are dry pencil, and the more washed out parts are Dürer. And since she's called the Garden Witch, I've chosen to give her some greenish bluish hair color. More greenish at the top, but I thought she looked quite nice with some bluish shade. I'm not sure if I have put my pencil, which was it? The darkest one was Helio Turquoise. It's not very visible. I'm filming with my daylight lamp. No, it's not. No, he doesn't want to. Okay. And for now, I'm planning to work on her dress. And I wanted to use the watercolors that I won on this giveaway on Instagram. I've worked with them already in the Klara Markova book. And these are the swatches. But this is a wrong one. According to Alina, it had to be a red one, the Perilane Maroon. I didn't even knew it. This is called Russian Green, I believe she told me. And she's sending the red color after because she wanted me to have the right color. But look at these bright and vivid colors. And on the back it's the titanium white, but the camera is not picking that up quite good. And then the gold. So when they look like this, and I already did a mix with some colors, so that was very nice. And I hope I will be able to yeah, color her clothing in nicely, but I'm still I haven't decided which color will be. Maybe the Venetian red or the burnt sienna. Didn't think this one through. Since there are lying some leaves on the floor, I think I can be sure that it's autumn. So these leaves will be colored in autumn colors, orange, a bit of yellow. So I'm thinking to maybe go with this wrong maroon color. Yeah, I will go with this one, because then when I color in the leaves, there will be a nice contrast between the dress and the leaves. So I will grab that green one, that Russian green one. So it's really handy, a handy brush. And I'm still learning the watercolors. I will try to zoom you in a little bit. And I hope I won't make a mistake with painting. I'm going to try to put these over here and water the paint a bit down. It's still a learning process. I'm used to work with Albrecht Dürer pencils, not a whole lot yet, but I'm starting to know them, just as the Inktense pencils. You learn by using them, so I'm sure I will be learning more and more with practicing with these watercolors more and more. But for now, it's a bit scary. So I'm putting some paint down on my tin, and then I will see how it goes. Putting this water aside, and I'll start putting in a light layer. I hope this brush isn't too thick. And I know from previous pictures in the Coloring Heaven magazines that this paper takes water quite well, especially if you're not using too much. And I think I will be shading the details and the shadows with some polychromos, but as a base layer, I really like the fastness of watercolor. And it's nice to have some water stains. Today is Thanksgiving Day, by the way, so to all my American friends and followers, I wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving with lots of love and happy moments with the people around you that you love and like. I'm looking for my color here, putting some extra paint on the tin. We don't know Thanksgiving in Belgium, but I'm sure it's really a nice festive day. With lots of food, I think, and I like to eat. Who doesn't? So I hope everyone will have a nice, lovely festive day. And I also think you have the day off when it's Thanksgiving. At least I hope you do, because if there's a lot of cooking involved and you have to do it after work time for a huge bunch of people, it wouldn't be very easy, I think. I'm really liking this color on her. Yeah, very soft, but warm. So it could have been a wrong color in the palette that Alina sent, but the color is great, and she didn't have to send that maroon one, but she insisted because it's such a beautiful color, she told. And yeah, I love red. I love my reds and my pinks. So an extra red is, of course, not a punishment. But I'm really happy with this green one also. I think this is a part of the dress too, so be careful here. And I was looking at some videos of the Art Spirits, Rebecca. I believe she did split up her channel in the Art Spirits for more technical videos, I believe. And I think her other channel is called Rebecca's Coloring Videos. And there she did some watercoloring on a picture from the Witches Coloring Heaven magazine. But she printed out or copied the drawing on some special watercolor paper. We don't have a printer at home. We have, but our toner is down and it's an old machine. And yeah, I have so many coloring books. I have PDF versions of coloring books, but yeah, am I printing those out when I have more than 200 books on my shelves? I have some difficulties in my mind with that idea, so that's why I'm working straight into this magazine with the watercolors, but it's taking it really nicely. Our May Bronx also works with water in her Misfits books, and I believe that paper isn't thick either. And maybe it's possible, I'm not sure, that she has worked on her Misfits pictures from Coloring Haven also. I don't know if she has that book, but my experience with thin paper isn't always bad when it comes to water media. In contrary, no, how do you say it? Sometimes thicker paper has more troubles than thin, because it can crumble, and yeah, And thin paper is most of the time very smooth and yeah, takes these things quite well. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm rambling and I forgot that you couldn't see what I was doing. I'm going to, oops. Now you're back with what I'm doing, me and my rambling. I did try to use some salt on my watercolors in the Klara Markova book because I did see a few videos where that technique was used, and it had some ice crystal effect if you if you are throwing salt on your picture, but it didn't work on mine, so I was a bit frustrated. But maybe it's due to the paper, I'm not sure. I'm going to get some extra paint to darken some places extra, if it's possible. But I was saying, because I'm losing track of my own blah blah, I was saying that I was watching at Rebecca, and she's wow, how the manner how she's painting, and she has a great vision of where the light source is and where she have to put shadows. I'm not on that train yet. I will add a bit of shadow on this dress, but it will be in pencil. And Rebecca, she's all doing it in watercolor, and wow, she really is talented. If you're not familiar with her videos, I'll try to link that video from that Witches Coloring Heaven special down below. I hope I won't forget. But then you can have a look at how she creates magic with those pictures. It's really amazing. But I will keep it safe and shadow with some pencils, I think. That's turning out really nicely. Which other color can I use? The burnt sienna, yeah. Okay, I will do some burnt sienna on some of the leaves. And the burnt sienna is this third color. But maybe it's more smart to start with the raw sienna and do some tiny details afterwards with the darker color. Okay, I will choose some. I'm using too much water, I think. Don't want to have the risk that it will float around. And I'm just picking some leaves at random to paint. And with the holidays coming up, the Christmas holidays, I'm of course curious if there are people that are asking coloring supplies underneath their Christmas tree. We only give small presents with not a lot of value, because otherwise it's just making a list and putting your wishes on it, and it's never a surprise then. Oops, I'm interfering with her dress, but well, that's okay. That's the charm of watercoloring, that the colors flow together. So I don't have a Christmas list with my wishes on. Of course, it would be nice that there was a color-related present, but if it's not, then it's no problem. My husband always surprises me with a perfume without my knowing, always a scent that I don't know. It's a well-known scent, but I haven't smelled it before, I want to say. But he has a good taste in perfumes. But I'm not sure if he will buy a new one this year, because I already have a few that are still in use and aren't empty yet. So I'm going to grab, oops, there goes my paint. The gold paint has dropped. I did do some of these flowers also. Sometimes it's hard to see what you're looking at, especially, I'm out of focus again, sorry. I was painting these small things. Sometimes it's hard to see what I'm looking at. I think this is a mushroom, and this is grass, also a bit of mushroom. This is a leaf, so I can put my yellow up on this one. And I don't want to exaggerate of some colors. Okay. Maybe some on top. And then I'm afraid I have to stop because it's quite wet. And I don't want to take the risk to smudge everything around. I already have a stain here, but okay. I'm really glad that I tackled this book also. The only one I still have to work in, I think, is the Halloween one, and I did regret it after buying it, because I do have a lot of pictures by Selina Fennig already, and I know it's not a problem to color them in twice, but after buying it, I thought, was it really necessary? But I'm sure the pictures from the, for me, unknown artist are beautiful, so I'm sure I will have a lot of fun with those next year. Okay. I think I will leave it like it is now. Stop smudging around. Okay. Oh, yes. Maybe I can do some of that darker red already, or the burnt sienna. I will do some burnt sienna on other leaves. Yes, I'm in the focus. So that's a bit darker. And I was out of focus again. This book is too big for my videos. It's such a shame that I can't zoom in nicely. I always find the picture quite blurry when zoomed in, but I'm filming with my phone, and although it's a very good phone, I'm really happy with it. Filming stays quite difficult. It's definitely not a real video camera. And I have a stain on her dress now. But that's not an issue up. And I must look at my time also, because I'm not an editor specialist. And if my video becomes too long, I have to use a special program, and I don't know a thing about using this kind of stuff. So I think I will stop within a few minutes. But then we have chatted a bit again, and I could wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. And then you have seen that it's perfectly doable to use watercolor paints on the paper of Coloring Heaven. You have a bit of stains here and there, but that's the nice effect you get when using paint, and I definitely love it. And my colors are bleeding together a bit here, but that's also the charm of it, I think. So on the camera, in real life, it's more a purple background with the bubbles, and on camera it's more pinkish. But nevertheless, I think the combo, I don't know why I've chosen that purplish color, but yeah, it happened. But I think the combo is working, at least in my eyes. I'm liking it very much. So I will, oops, there goes my swatch map. I think I will finish this video now. I'm sorry it was a short one, but I could talk about the books that I've worked in already, or at least a few of them, that I'm working on, books that weren't loved as much as they deserved to be. So that's a good thing. I'm tackling my uncolored books on the other hand, so that's great too. Still have a few to go, but if I take in consideration how many coloring books that I own and in how many that I did already color, it's not too bad. I'm doing my best, and I'm proud of the amount of colored pages and books already. So that's definitely a good thing. That's a perfect excuse to buy more books because I always work in them. So I will leave it with a goodbye greeting, wishing you all a very nice evening or noon. I don't know at which time the festivities on Thanksgiving start, but if you're watching this, you probably have a full tummy already and are relaxing after that lovely time with friends and family. So we will talk in another video. I will finish this one off camera, I think, but it was just a short hop on, hop off video to check up and to show that watercoloring in the Coloring Haven magazines is doable if you're careful, at least. So and now I don't know how to finish this video, so I'm going to say goodbye, and until the next time, thank you for watching. Bye bye.